Hi everyone. Go ahead.
So hi, do you have frequent aches and pains? Are you confused whether what posture you're maintaining is right or not? Are you having difficulty for understanding what exact kind of a posture you should be maintaining to avoid these aches and pains? If you have all these questions, hi, I'm Dr. Apurva Kadam Thakkar from Team Joints and Motions, and we have Dr. Sudarshan Singh with us here and we are continuing here the series of having a talk with Dr. Sudarshan Singh for understanding what exactly is posture and how exactly does spinal manipulation helps to fix it or improve your posture. So hi sir, thank you for giving us the time for having this conversation with us. So can you help us understand what exactly is posture?
So posture is basically, it comes from the Latin word which is actually it's also a noun and a verb, and it is called the next thing. So posture is basically how you keep yourself in any position and what is going to be your next thing. So whether when you're sitting, how do you keep your chair and how do you keep your joints in the right place, or whether when you're standing or when you're walking, how do you maintain your pelvic position, how do you maintain your feet position, how do you maintain your spine, how do you maintain your head, all of this. So basically posture is just about how do you manage your body in different situations and different positions.
Right. So talking about different positions, a lot of people tell each other that sit straight, सीधा बैठना चाहिए. So how relevant is that? Is sitting straight completely continuously is the right thing to do?
Yeah, so obviously, I'm sure this is something that a lot of teachers keep telling you when you're in a classroom, or even when you're in a meeting, and a lot of people keep telling you that you need to improve on your posture. Well, the reason behind that is something which is like a grossly different posture, or rather a wrong posture. So when you talk about sitting straight, it's not that you have to be always erect and straight. That is not possible, because the moment you're erect all the time, even those muscles are going to become tired at one point of time, and you would want to change the posture. So basically the idea is that posture is meant to be changed. This frequency and this change has to happen. Okay? We cannot say that you will always have a good posture. The idea is that how frequently can you change your posture. Human body is not meant to stand for 8 hours, 10 hours. Human body is not meant to stand or sit for that matter for 8 or 10 hours. What is more required is how frequently do you change, how frequently do you keep your posture in such a way that you're still managing your joints, and most importantly you're getting your postural muscles in place. Because a lot of time we are actually not using our postural muscles. We are not using our abs, we are not using our core engagers when we are standing, when we are sitting, and when we are doing these activities. So I think that is a very important aspect.
So basically changing your posture and frequently going and adapting different postures will help activate different set of muscles, and which will help prevent you from having neck ache, back ache. So speaking about neck pain, back pains and all the aches and pains, what happens when you do not maintain this good posture and continue sitting in a wrong posture for a long time?
So basically a lot of people take this for granted. Let's say if they have a forward head, if they are sitting on a desktop for a very long time, let's say you have a desktop job which is expecting you to sit for 8 to 10 hours, and then eventually you realize that you are actually developing a forward head because your spleen is ahead, because probably your ergonomics is not right, and you need to get your spleen, your head ahead, because of which you actually develop a forward head. Now when you develop a forward head, you also start developing a thoracic hunch. There is actually a kind of kyphosis which we call in a medical term, and we actually feel this is fine. It's just probably a matter of age, and you would probably develop this. It's never the right thing. Okay, is it that you don't see good postures with old people? You do, right? So obviously this is not an age-related problem, because if old people can have a good posture, you can equally have a good posture. The problem lies with lifestyle. The problem lies with what do we do with our joints, or how do we maintain our posture. So that's something which is very, very important. And if you don't maintain the right posture, you're bound to have neck pain. You're bound to have mid back pain, which is very, very common. A lot of time I can see when patients come to me, they have the kind of chairs where the mid back area is not supported, and they eventually land up with a lot of pain in the areas in the scapular area, or the scapular spaces between the spine. So all these areas are absolutely, this is all related to fatigue. This is all related to getting too tired because these areas are not supported. Okay, so I think you will land up with these issues. Having said that, a lot of people do also complain of feet pain or low back pain, which happens because probably you don't get your support right. You don't get your posture is basically about getting all your joints in place, getting the right support for every joint, whether it is the feet, whether it is the pelvis, whether it is the spine, whether it is the head. It has to be aligned in the right way. Okay, this happens only when you're sitting right or when you're standing right or whatever activity you're doing. So the moment you start avoiding that, what happens is that you have a certain group of muscles which is constantly working, and a group of actual muscles which are supposed to work are not working at all. And then you start developing changes. Changes could be a forward head, changes could be a round back, changes could be a pelvic change where you have a tilt, where you have an anterior pelvic tilt or a posterior pelvic tilt. These are very common things that you develop actually because of a bad posture. So changes, people come with MRIs.
Yeah.
They tell us, oh, I have a C5, C6, I have a L4, L5, I have a L5, S1. See, these are degenerative changes which are going to happen irrespective. The point is that what is bothering you in your lifestyle? In your lifestyle, what bothers you is how you maintain your posture. Like I have seen a lot of people who are from military background or from the defense background, they never have a bad posture. Because they are constantly into activity, they are constantly into physical activity, their posture is monitored all the time, they are supposed to be, right all the time, because of which we don't really see a bad posture. But having said that, you also have something called a military posture, where you actually end up having a too stiff upper back, which is actually called a military posture. That is again a medical term where we talk about different kinds of posture. And this is one of the bad posture also, which people develop, which is a little exaggerated version of a good posture.
So this clears all our doubts that maintaining a very erect posture continuously for a very long duration is going to tire, make the muscles fatigue, and then again it is going to be like a bad posture.
Yes.
So nothing as such is a good posture or a bad posture, but keeping a track of how your body is and keeping change in the positions is what has to be done.
Absolutely.
Also, we have seen a lot of increasing number of scoliosis, ankylosing spondylosis nowadays because of sitting, because of stiff spine and no movements at all.
In fact, with the teenagers,
Yes.
the kind of posture they maintain, they develop something which is called as a functional scoliosis,
Yes.
which is actually not a structural problem. They don't have a scoliosis when they were born. They don't have a scoliosis when they were 10-year-old or 11-year-old, but they started developing scoliosis because their weight bearing pattern is changed, or because they don't walk right, or they don't stand right. They tend to put more weight on one side always. Now, because of this, the pelvis shifts to one side. Eventually, the spine also starts shifting, and that is where you see a functional scoliosis. So we do have these patients, where functional scoliosis develops, and that is purely because of a bad posture. So this is what can happen if you have a bad posture for a very long time.
So, speaking about bad posture, speaking about everything else, now what is the solution for this? You have experience of more than 19-20 years now, and you have seen more than 5,000 cases of doing spinal manipulation, which is helping fix posture or improve posture. So a lot of patients call up and ask whether spinal manipulation will exactly fix your posture in one time, because everybody needs quick solutions nowadays. So what is your opinion on that?
See, spinal manipulation is like a door. Okay, it is definitely a way, and we are going to take you through that way. Okay, people who come to me with bad posture, once we do a spinal manipulation session with them, they definitely develop a good posture. They immediately try to sit straight, they immediately try to stand straight. They suddenly feel that the body is very light and there is a surge of energy, because of which they are able to do this kind of activity. But having said that, that's not the magical thing that is going to work for the next whole age, it's not going to do that. Okay. What you need to do is we also tell a patient that you need to follow up with exercise. You need to follow up with whether it is neck, whether it is back, whether it is any area which needs to be worked on. You need to do these exercises, and of course we also give them the postural tips, how you need to maintain the right kind of posture, what needs to be done to engage your core, what needs to be done to get your shoulders right, what needs to be done to avoid rounded shoulders, or even for that matter forward head. So I wouldn't say that spinal manipulation is like 100% game changer here. Maybe to a great extent I would say spinal manipulation helps to open that door to your correct posture, the way you maintain your correct posture, but still a lot of things is in your hand. I can do 50% of the job by doing the spinal manipulation right, but what needs to be done further is the right kind of exercises which should be followed with the patients. So that's very, very important.
Right. So how frequently do you think that one should undergo or repeat the spinal manipulation session?
So whenever patients come to me with problems, whether they have neck problem, back problem, or let's say hip, ankle, whatever it may be. Now, depending upon the severity, I have a schedule of sessions for them where sometimes they need 4 to 5 sessions, sometimes they just need 1 or 2 sessions. So this is the normal therapy what is required in terms of spinal manipulation session. But if you ask me in general, if you feel stiffness in your body, or if you're an athlete and you want to kind of get a spinal manipulation done, doing it once in 2 months or 3 months is not a bad idea. Because spinal manipulation is besides the freedom in terms of your energy levels that it gives you. There is a lot of science behind that. Okay, there is a lot of history involved, and mind you, it is a 100-year-old therapy. So if 100 years have gone to improvise on this whole therapy, so obviously it is definitely getting better day by day. So there is a lot of science involved when you undergo a spinal manipulation. You can even prevent a lot of issues, and of course posture is one thing which helps you there. So yeah, doing this once in 3 months is definitely not bad.
So summing up the whole thing that we discussed here, so basically first and foremost the most important thing that Sir has told us today is postures are basically positions. The more you change your postures, the more you change your positions, that is what a good posture is. So there is no fixed sitting straight is a good posture. Keeping in mind that you have to keep changing your postures, keep changing your positions is what is going to take you a long way ahead. Secondly, what we discussed is what exactly is spinal manipulation and how does it help you to improve your posture. So understand that spinal manipulation is not the quick fix to help you fix your posture. It is a long process. You may need to take a few sessions or 2-3 sessions depending upon how much your body is stiff and how much amount of flexibility is needed. And the most important thing, it depends upon how much you follow up with exercises that give you. If you tell us that we did a session 15 days back and now it is not helping, it will not help because you are not kept a track of how you are sitting, how you are standing. You have not kept a track of what exercises you are doing. So there is no quick fix to improve your posture. You have to work on it. You have to keep changing your positions. You have to properly get into exercise rhythm of it. Only then your posture will get better day and day. So if you have any doubts, you can connect with us, and thank you so much for joining.
Thank you everyone.